Hi team. With everything that's been happening in the news as of late regarding sexual harassment in the workplace, or really any type of harassment in the workplace, I've gotten a lot of questions. Marlon, you're the HR guy. Is this harassment? Is this something that's acceptable or not acceptable in the workplace? And I just wanted to share just a couple of thoughts with you to kind of give you a good litmus test to help you to understand whether something might be appropriate or inappropriate in the workplace. So just a couple of simple rules. So the first rule is this: don't be complicit. That's really one easy way to cut down on a lot of the confusion and things that happen in the workplace, because we all know someone who typically plays a little bit too close to that line or frequently crosses that line. And in a lot of cases we defend that person and say, oh, well, that's just how he is, or that's just how she is. Well, that's not acceptable, obviously, because the more we allow those things to happen and we sit by and we watch it happen, someone may be suffering in silence. Someone may be the person that is ultimately going to be the one to file a claim of workplace harassment or a hostile work environment, because we're allowing it to happen because it's our coworker, it's our friend that we're allowing to do it. So don't be complicit to these types of things happening in the workplace. The second thing that I would advise you to do is think about it this way: how would you want your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter to be treated in the workplace, or even your own parent? A lot of our parents are still in the workplace. So how would you want them to be treated? You wouldn't want them to be ridiculed or made fun of. You wouldn't want them to be touched inappropriately. You wouldn't want them to have comments thrown at them that are inappropriate, right? So think about it from that perspective, and even watch your own language or the language of those around you, and think about it. If that was my daughter, how would I feel? If that were my son, how would I feel? And that will help you to challenge those actions. The third piece that I would offer is protect your workplace. Remember, this is not a bar, so if someone doesn't like what you're saying, they can't just throw a drink in your face and walk away. They have to come to work day in and day out. It's not a random event, like a sports venue or something like that, where if you didn't like the person, you can just move to a different section of the park or the stadium. Again, these are people that have, this is where my desk is every day, so I don't want to have to deal with that in the workplace. So it's different than when you're out in public and you can just get away from someone who might be harassing you or bothering you. This is their place of work, so protect the workplace. These are your co-workers that have to be there every day to provide a living for their families. Don't make it an uncomfortable place. And the final thought that I would offer is this: hold yourself accountable. Far too many times I've heard the comment, well, I probably shouldn't say this because you're in HR and you're here, or this joke is probably not workplace appropriate. If you have to start it with those thoughts, don't do it. Don't say it. Very plain and simple. Hold yourself accountable. We all have that internal buzzer that goes off when we're about to do something wrong. Listen to it. It's the right thing to do sometimes, to just keep it to yourself or share it with someone outside of work. But definitely, if it's not workplace appropriate, keep it to yourself. So those are just some simple thoughts for each of us to follow to make sure that we keep ourselves accountable, those around us accountable, and we protect our workplace and make it somewhere that people enjoy coming to work each and every day. Think about it this way: who gets up in the morning, fights traffic, fights getting the kids ready for school and all those different types of things, only to come to a workplace where we're going to be harassed, bothered, and intimidated? No one wants that. So do the best that you can to not be a part of the problem. Thanks, and have a great day.